The room decides what it thinks of you before you finish your first sentence. Sometimes it decides before you even speak. And if you have ever walked away from a conversation thinking, I said the right words, so why did that feel off? You already know what I mean. I have been that person who rehearsed a line in my head, delivered it clean, and still watched the other person pull back like I'd stepped too close. I have also been the person who said almost nothing, and somehow the moment felt warm and easy. It is not magic. It is body language. It is the part of communication that happens under the words, the part people trust more because it feels less edited. Most of us do not fear talking. We fear the moment after we talk. The tiny pause where someone decides if we are safe, if we are confident, if we are needy, if we are judging them, if we are trying to win. That decision is not made by your vocabulary. It is made by your posture, your face, your timing, and the way your attention lands on them. I want you to picture a normal scene. A hallway at work, fluorescent lights, someone holding a laptop, the smell of coffee that has been sitting too long. You see a coworker you need something from. You have a reasonable request. You walk up fast, shoulders a bit high, eyes locked on the target, words ready. You think you are being direct. They feel hunted. They do not say no, but their body does. Their torso angles away. Their feet point down the hall. Their smile is polite and thin. You walk away with a yes that will turn into a delay later. What happened there is simple. Your body told a story your words did not. Your speed said urgency. Your shoulders said tension. Your eye contact said demand. Your stance said, I am here to take. Their nervous system heard that story and prepared to protect itself. People do not like to admit that they make choices like that, but they do. We all do. We are built to read safety in posture and tone, because for most of human history, being wrong about safety had consequences. Now picture the same hallway, same request. This time you slow down 2 beats before you reach them. You let your shoulders drop, you let your hands stay visible and relaxed. You stop at a respectful distance and you angle your body slightly, not squared up like a challenge. Your face says calm. Your eyes meet theirs, then soften. Your words can be identical. The experience is completely different. Their body stays open because your body did not trigger a defensive reflex. That is the power here. Body language is not decoration. It is the delivery system for trust. A lot of people think confidence is something you either have or you do not. In real conversations, confidence is often just a body that is not bracing for impact. You can feel bracing in yourself. It is the jaw that tightens, the breath that gets small, the chest that gets rigid, the urge to hold still so you do not look awkward. The problem is that holding still reads like holding back. People sense it, and they start filling in the blanks. They assume you are judging them or hiding something or trying to control the moment. I learned this the hard way in social settings where I wanted to look composed. I would stand there with my drink barely moving, trying to look relaxed. Inside, I was doing math. Where do I put my hands? How long do I look at someone? When do I smile? That stillness did not make me look calm. It made me look unavailable. People would glance at me and then drift towards someone whose body looked easier to be around. Ease has a physical signature. It is movement that is unforced. It is breath that is visible in the chest and shoulders. It is a face that changes naturally with the moment. You do not need big gestures. You need permission to be human in your body. One of the most persuasive things you can do in a conversation is to show with your body that you are not trying to win. People are tired. They are guarding their status all day. They are scanning for disrespect. They are scanning for pressure. So when you lean in too hard, even with kindness, they feel the pressure. When you sit too far back, they feel the distance. The sweet spot is presence without pursuit. I think about this when I talk to someone who is upset. Maybe it is a friend who had a rough week. They are not asking for solutions, even if their words sound like they are. Their body is asking a different question. Are you going to make this about you? Are you going to fix me? Are you going to judge me? If I jump in with intense eye contact and a forward lean, I can accidentally turn care into interrogation. They start editing themselves. They give me the clean version. Then later they say they do not feel understood. So I do something simpler. I sit with my feet grounded. I keep my hands relaxed. I let my face show concern without panic. I nod slowly, not constantly. I let silence happen without rushing to fill it. That silence is body language too. It says I can handle your emotion. You do not need to package it for me. Eye contact is another place people get stuck. Some people avoid it and then feel invisible. Some people force it and then feel intense. The truth is that eye contact is not a stare. It is a rhythm. It is looking, then looking away briefly, then coming back. It is letting your eyes match the emotional temperature. When someone is sharing something personal, soft eye contact feels safe. When someone is joking, brighter eye contact feels playful. When someone is thinking, giving them space with your gaze feels respectful. I have watched people lose trust by holding eye contact like a contest. They think they are showing confidence. The other person feels pinned. I have also watched people gain trust by letting their eyes be warm and flexible. The words were ordinary. The gaze made it personal. Your face does more talking than you think. Microexpressions are not a trick. They are a leak. If you feel impatience, your mouth tightens. If you feel superiority, one corner of your lip lifts. If you feel fear, your eyebrows rise and stay there. People may not name what they saw, but their body reacts. They become careful. They become small. They become defensive. The good news is you do not need perfect control. You need honesty and regulation. If I notice impatience in myself, I do not try to plaster a smile on it. I slow down. I breathe. I relax my jaw. I remind myself that the person in front of me is not an obstacle. They are a person with their own pressure. When my body softens, my face follows. That is real. People feel the difference. Let me bring this into a relationship moment, because this is where body language can quietly make or break connection. Imagine you come home and your partner starts talking about something that matters to them. You are tired. You sit on the couch and you keep your eyes on your phone. You say you are listening. You even repeat back a few words, but your body is turned away. Your thumbs keep moving. Your attention keeps leaving. The message your body sends is, you are competing with my distraction. Most people do not get angry at the phone. They get angry at what it symbolizes. It symbolizes being low priority. It triggers an old fear. If I am not important now, when will I be? Then the conversation turns into conflict, not because of the topic, but because of the posture. If you want to repair that, it is rarely about a grand apology. It is about a small physical choice. I put the phone down. I turn my torso toward them. I let my hands rest. I let my eyes meet theirs. I take one breath like I am arriving. That breath is a signal. It tells them I am here now. Their shoulders drop. Their voice steadies. The whole conversation changes before I say anything smart. There is also body language for boundaries. And it matters, because many people either over-explain or shut down. If I need to say no, I keep my body steady. I do not smile too much. I do not fidget. I do not lean back like I am escaping. I keep my voice calm and I keep my face kind. The body message is, I am not afraid of your reaction, and I am not trying to punish you. I am simply choosing. People often think they have to add more words to make a boundary land. Usually the opposite is true. If your body looks guilty, your no sounds negotiable. If your body looks rigid and cold, your no sounds like rejection. If your body looks grounded and respectful, your no sounds clean. The same sentence can be heard as an attack or as clarity depending on what your shoulders and eyes are doing. I want to talk about hands for a moment. Hands are honesty. Hidden hands create uncertainty. Busy hands create nervousness. Open hands create ease. You do not need to perform. Just let your hands be visible and natural. If you are sitting, let them rest. If you are standing, let them move a little when you speak. When I see someone with their arms crossed, I do not assume they are closed off. They might be cold, they might be self-soothing, but I do notice what happens next. If their arms stay crossed and their feet away, their body is saying, I want out. If their arms are crossed but they lean in and their face is engaged, their body is saying, I am thinking. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. They read one signal and decide a whole story. Real social awareness is reading clusters. Feet, torso, face, breath, pace. And most importantly, change over time. When your presence makes someone safer, their body opens slowly, their shoulders drop, their voice gets more varied, their laughter becomes real, their feet stop aiming at the exit. You can also use your body to invite people to speak without pressuring them. Think about a stranger at a cafe or someone at a networking event who looks like they are not sure where to stand. If you square your shoulders at them and move straight in, it can feel like a sales approach. If you angle your body slightly and leave space beside you, it feels like an option. If you make brief eye contact and a small nod, it feels like permission. If they come closer, you hold steady. If they do not, you let it go. That is confidence. Not forcing, not shrinking. There is a late-night truth about this. Most people are not judging your looks. They are judging your emotional state. They are asking, will your anxiety become my job? Will your ego make me small? Will your neediness trap me?